Today we're mounting the transfer case skid plate on a Ford Bronco. So that's the plate. It's really not that expensive. It's about 50 some dollars online. One thing I was going to mention though is if you buy it from Ford, it's about $70, but there's no shipping. They send it to your dealer for free and you can just pick it up. So it turns out to be about the same as buying it for 50 some dollars and then paying the shipping to these discount places. I also ordered this set of bolts off of the site that listed those as the bolts that hold it on. I got those through Ford. For 4 of them, it was only like $5. So it's really not that expensive to put this on. I'm going to get under the car and show you where it goes, and then oh, the other thing that I had to get was I had to get several of these. They call these clip nuts. I'll show you how the frame is set up to receive these. There's a square hole in the frame that you can slide this up in there, and it centers this over a round hole that's also in the frame. So you need 3 of these. One of the holes is already threaded in the frame. The other 3 are set up for clip nuts. So you need 3 of those, the 4 bolts, and the shield. Interestingly enough, Ford calls this a splash shield. So I don't think they advertise it as a full skid plate, but it's really thick steel. It's the same thickness as all the other skid plates that are under there. And so it may not be perfect. The way that it's mounted, you can see it probably flex a little on that corner that isn't secured. So maybe you can't call it a full skid plate, but it's certainly better than nothing. And it is pretty stout. I'm underneath the car, and you can see this is the transfer case. It's pretty exposed. I mean, there's a frame member here, and it is recessed a little bit, but it's pretty exposed to rocks and other things on the trail. So I was mistaken. 2 of the, so this is the frame. This frame member comes across just behind the transmission. So you can see that's the transmission pan, and then this is the cross member. These are these ones that are angled. I have the 2.7. It has these angled cross members. So this skid plate is going to use 2 holes in the front. It's this one right here, and you can see it's threaded, and then it's going to use this one right here, which is also threaded. Both of those are threaded. The other place that it mounts on the frame is over here, and you can see this has holes here and here, but there's no threaded nut behind it. That's why they give you that's why you have to get those clip nuts. The clip nuts will slip in. If you watch this, where am I here? Okay, so you can see with this clip nut, they give you this square hole so that you can slide this on, and it will slide so that this threaded part, that's a M10 threaded part, will be right behind this hole that's already in the frame. So I'm going to slide those in there, and that way I'll have threaded inserts behind both of these. Those are the other 2 mounting holes. They're on the side frame. You can see this is the center of the car where you've got the catalytic converter, the drive shaft, and everything. So this is the side frame, and it has that set up to mount the skid plate on this side. I just used a screwdriver to pry them in there. You can see once they're in, they do move a little bit so that you can align them properly, but they also fit into the hole so that they're sturdy, and that's what they look like when they're inserted. I've got the skid plate on the ground oriented just below where it's going to go. So what I'm going to do is raise it up and just tighten up the screws enough to hold it, get it into place, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's held in place. Okay, I've just started the bolts. You can see these are the ones that are in the front. The plate comes around. These are the ones that are on the side that go up into those clip nuts. So now I can use the drill and tighten them up in there. Okay, these are tightened up. You can see that it's held up in there, and That's the transfer case up behind it, so it gives good protection to the transfer case. I left one of the bolts loose because that one shares with the transmission skid plate, which I'm going to mount next. But this is what it looks like when it's put in, and it goes on really easy, and I think it's a nice upgrade just to protect that transfer case.